Welcome to the surreal and secretive world obscured beneath the veil. Be advised that this series may contain mature themes, disturbing descriptive imagery, as well as intense situations. You are listening to Outbreak. The following episode contains spoilers for Delta Green Module Sick Again from Control Group. It is 8 p.m. on November 21st, 1952. We open with Gary and Rowan. You two are following Avram Mari to his house, and you're going to get the list of signatures that Ida Mari said that she collected. She had been going door to door with her daughter Liz, and she remembered getting a signature from a blonde woman with glasses who looked rather sickly. Mr. Mari pulls into his driveway, and you two pull up in front of the house, and you park alongside the curb. You can still see several of the girls' toys scattered around the front lawn. And as Avram Mari exits his car, he pauses. He stares for a moment at a doll on the ground before tearing his eyes away to look at both of you. He raises one finger, letting you know that he will be back in just a moment, and he walks to the front door. You two are waiting in the car for several long minutes while Avram is searching inside the house. Eventually, you see him through the window. He enters what looks like his daughter's bedroom. He finds and grabs a piece of paper off the dresser, and then he turns to exit again, but he pauses. He looks over at the 3 beds sitting empty in the room, and a moment later he grabs the dresser as if losing his balance. Mr. Mari falls to his knees, and he leans against the edge of a bed as he begins to weep.
I would like to get up and head inside.
Okay.
I follow.
You exit the car door in ruin.
Do we have any PPE?
I would say you could have like a face
Like a
mask.
face mask?
Yeah.
I'll wear a face mask.
Okay.
Me too.
I'd like to walk in and take the turn towards the girls' room. I'd like to gently open the door and call it to him. Mr. Mari.
He's crying, and it's he wipes his face as if, getting his composure as you step in. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Mr. Mari. I understand if you need to take some time. That's all right.
He shakes his head. And he hands out the piece of paper and clears his throat. This should be the signatures for you.
Okay, thank you.
I am going to share this handout with you in chat. You would see several names under the title Mormon Church of Hudson's Well donation sheet. There are a number of names with donation values pledged next to them. It is a little messy.
Yeah, Rowan, can I ask you to cross-reference that to the 6 sheet?
Will do.
Thank you. I hope that these signature sheets would have had addresses. Mr. Murray, this seems like a pretty small town. Would you happen to know if any of these women on the sheet are blondes, or maybe just to the east of your house? Might be just Carmen or even Nancy or Rosa. I feel like maybe some of the earlier names they got.
Maybe Nancy or Rosa. We haven't been here too long.
Okay. Did he drive us up here?
You followed him in his car.
Followed him in his car. Okay. All right, Mr. Murray. I think you're good to head on back to your wife at the college if unless you would like to take some time here in your home.
No, I think it's best I get back to my wife.
I think so too. Thank you for your time, Mr. Murray. I think we're gonna get going as well.
Good luck.
Can I look around the room real quick? Maybe see if I see anything out of place or odd.
You see a lot of girls' toys. I mean, they had 3 daughters.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of girls' toys, and there's stuff scattered around, but nothing that's really out of place. By and large, it looks like just a normal household.
Okay. All right, then I'll exit out to the front.
Okay.
What is today's date? Or is that in Foundry?
I believe it is. Let me look. It is November 21st, about 8 p.m.
Okay. Well, I got done cross-referencing the list, and the only name that matches up is Stephen Embry. But Stephen Embry, at 3 p.m. was at stage 3. And it looks like people only stay in stage 3 for a couple hours. So Stephen is likely dead. And he's our only lead. But I still think we should maybe check at the hospital and make sure he's maybe alive.
Yeah.
But even if he's in stage 3, he might not be much use to us.
It's true. With the patients starting to lose their minds and all.
Yeah. So.
Well, he turned. Yeah, that's not too much long after the Maris. Maybe we can ask the sheriff or one of the officers. They might be able to get us like some addresses across these names too.
Yeah, we might want to check out his house.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we need to get back to our hospital and let's cross this whole list. Let's get addresses for them and
So are you going to back to the clinic, or are you going to the police station for addresses and stuff?
do we have walkie-talkies? Is that a thing in this time period?
I mean, it was. There's definitely radio commute, but I think they were huge. Like with Vietnam War, you had like giant backpacks, but that was also long distance. I don't know if you have walkie-talkies on you.
Okay, that's fine. If we don't, we can. Rowan, what do you think? The police station or the hospital?
I mean, they're pretty much equal distant. Well, do you think this guy here might know Stephen Embry?
It's possible we can ask him real quick.
Yeah, let's maybe ask him and see if he knows anything.
Okay. Mr. Murray, do you happen to know a Stephen Embry?
Yeah, I think
I'll head back in.
He's headed out with you. He's going to his car as well. So you guys are on the front.
Perfect.
I think he lives across town. I'm acquainted.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Murray. I think that'll be all.
His wife is at the college.
Ooh, you know what? That might not be a bad place to check. I mean, we could get the team.
Even Embry's wife is at the college?
Yeah. Embry's wife.
Okay. Then yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I think we're gonna go to the hospital first to report this to our team. See if we can get one of them. probably Jimmy or Paul to talk to Steven if they can.
Okay. So you guys are heading back to the clinic.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys hop into your vehicle, and Avram hops into his. You guys get going down the road back to your respective destinations, and we are going to switch scenes. Paul.
Oh God.
The floor in front of you is crimson. You are kneeling over this woman who just smashed her head through a window and proceeded to rake her neck across the sharp shards of glass. She is dead. The nurse, who had run to grab the first aid kit, rushes over. He kneels in the pool of blood and begins to pack the wound with gauze. It is completely red before he even begins to wrap gauze around the neck to hold the packing in place. It doesn't take long for him to slow, and by the time a second nurse runs up with a stretcher, he's stopped completely. The man simply looks at you, a subtly suppressed horror in his eyes, before he turns to shake his head at the female nurse with the stretcher.
I want to ask, has this been happening? Is this normal? Is this how most all of the patients are reacting and acting once they get to stage 3?
He takes a deep breath. This is the first time I've seen this happen. I mean,
Oh God.
they're out of it. They're psychotic and screaming until they get sedated, but I hadn't seen anyone try this before.
Okay. Well, well, fuck. I want to try to question some of the patients to figure out where they were whenever they kind of started getting sick. Could you maybe point me in the direction of some patients that could actually talk to me and not act crazy, I guess? Are there more coherent patients?
You can try, but some of them might be a little bit out of it. It's
Yeah, okay.
over there.
Okay. So I'll walk into the stage
So-
stage 3 area.
Yeah, you head that way. And meanwhile, these two nurses, they put Henrietta Cortez into a body bag. She is taken to the ice truck to join the others. And they begin to clean up the mess of blood and glass on the floor. Paul, I need you to roll me 1d4.
Oh,
That is a 1. I need you to roll me 1d8.
all rolls are good in this, right?
And finally, I need you to roll me 2d4.
It's a lot of rolls.
Okay. You may head into the room.
Okay. So I'll walk in. Are there any nurses in there right now?
No.
Okay.
You are alone in here. There are 3 patients in here, I believe.
Oh, only 3. Okay.
There's one empty bed and a broken restraint that looks like this woman Henrietta broke from. And there's probably names. There's probably a clipboard with like a name, so you would see Stefan Embry, Richard Ramirez, and Aya Chandraskar.
So I'll visually take a look at all of them for a minute and just kind of see if any of them look specifically more coherent or awake at least.
They're all sedated, but I think you'd
Okay.
see Steven kind of mumbling.
Well, I'll walk up to the mumbling man. And so is Steven, and then who else is in here? Is it Ahmad
Mom's dead.
Malouf?
Ahmad
Oh.
Malouf is in the refrigerator truck now.
Oh, that's right.
And so is Mia.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll walk up to Steven. and say, hey, are you awake? Can I ask you a few questions?
His eyes take a moment to focus on you, and he's muttering to himself, but he's looking at you.
Can I understand what he's muttering, or is it just nonsense?
He's talking about something, this nauseating taste, and he can see these things, and he wants it to stop.
Oh. What are you seeing? What things are you seeing?
He sort of freezes up, and the only word he can really express is monsters.
When did these monsters start appearing for you?
He asks you to make it stop.
Well, I'm trying everything I can, but could you give me a little more? Can you give me a little more information to help me where you started seeing these monsters, or?
I'm not sure he's coherent enough to answer that.
Okay, that's okay. I'll let you rest.
Roll me alertness.
Alertness. Okay.
That is a success.
Okay.
As you're looking at this this man, his eyes are kind of drifting around the room, and then they settle on you. You notice that there's a dark violet, faint glow coming from the back of his retinas. It's subtle, but it's there, and it sends sort of a chill down your spine. This isn't something human eyes do.
Okay.
Roll me sanity.
Okay.
This will be against the unnatural.
Oh god. Oh no. Guys, it's bad.
That is a failure. However, you only lose 1 sanity from this.
Ugh.
I've
Okay.
been seeing some stuff.
I've been seeing some shit. I need to talk to my buddies soon, but before I do that, I want to go and look at the other 2 patients, see if I noticed the same glow in their eyes, and kind of just ask them similar questions and see if they'll respond.
You do notice the same glow.
But before,
Mm-hmm.
I also want to make sure I'm standing somewhat far back. I know they were like tied down or something or restrained, but
They're all restrained. They have like the cuffs on their
Okay.
wrists, and then that's restrained the bed, so they can't.
I'm keeping it cautious though. I don't want to stand too close, but
Okay. So you stand with at least like some distance where you can back up in time, and I believe you're in your hazmat suit and everything, and you
Yes, yeah.
you're wheeling the dolly with the oxygen tank with you, correct?
yes.
Okay. So you observe these infected, and they also, all of them have the same strange dark violet glow to their eyes. It's very faint. You almost didn't notice it in Steven, but it's present in all of them. You try and question them, and I think that you still don't really get much info from them. I mean, they're borderline psychotic at this stage,
Okay.
and they're heavily sedated.
Then I guess I'd like to try and go and talk to some stage 2 patients.
Okay. So in stage 2, they are having trouble. A couple of the patients are having trouble like chewing and swallowing, and they're getting numbness and having impaired hearing, but
Do they have the glow in their eye?
they are they're conscious, and their eyes are not glowing.
Okay.
Yeah, what are some things that you would like to ask or talk about?
Mainly I would like to ask some of the patients like when or where they were whenever they started feeling sick. I guess I know we have a timeline of when they came in, but when they started feeling like that.
You talk to a number of them. You don't get a lot of information, but you end up talking to a man named Haruto Cortez. And as you're speaking with him, you realize that it was his wife who died in the hallway.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming they haven't told him, or he doesn't realize.
I don't think he realizes yet.
Okay. Oh God. do I tell him?
Welcome to the club.
This is not a job suited for Paul Brooks, and I should let the patient staff handle this, I feel like.
Okay. So you don't tell him?
I'm not gonna tell him, no.
All right. As you are talking with him, we'll say you're asking about, if he recognizes anyone, if where he was, who he's with, that sort of thing. And the one thing of note is that he was talking with his friend Jeffrey, and they met at a restaurant. And they hadn't talked in a while, but he seemed pretty excited about something. He wouldn't really go into much detail, but he said it was revolutionary. And he also seemed a little pale.
Could you point this restaurant out on a map? That might be a place we swing by at some point.
He lives here, he responds.
Okay. You said you hadn't seen him in some time. Has he been gone, or has he just been kind of distant?
He's a close friend. Is he okay?
Oh, I'm just wondering. I mean, if we're just trying to find any sort of connections at all. I haven't heard anything about him. Just trying to chase any leads that we can possibly find. Do you mind if we could just get his address or something from you so we could swing by and just maybe ask him a few questions as well? Try to figure out maybe what he was so excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I sold him his house about 3 years ago. So
all right.
I have the address, and he would write this down for you. Just make sure he's okay. And keep him away from this place. I don't want him getting sick.
Okay. Well, thank you. We'll be sure to follow up on him. So I guess I would finish my rounds of questioning in stage 2, and then I think Jimmy and I had kind of already talked to stage 1 patients earlier. So I think I would try to find Jimmy at this point.
Okay. I'm going to point out Jeffrey's house on the map for you guys.
Okay.
And with that, we will switch scenes once more. Jimmy.
Yes.
You were on the way to the refrigerator truck.
Correct.
You heard yelling and some commotion on the second floor, but it wasn't the only yelling you have heard. And with some of the late-stage patients getting loud and often screaming, when their sedatives begin to wear off, you assumed it was nothing of overt concern. So you think little of it as you leave the first floor and you head outside around back. The refrigerator truck is parked beside the clinic, and on the side it reads, Stevens Pure Pork Sausages. The back of the truck itself is locked, but you've been given the keys. Additionally, there's a white tent beside it, with a table space already set up to allow for your work. The truck, it is a GMC. It's got the round headlights of the era. The back isn't overly large. It's probably honestly just enough room to lay a body down flat side by side, and it holds maybe 4 or so before they're going to need to be stacked. And by this point, I believe they have been stacked at least 2 rows high.
Okay.
I believe last session you already rolled for surgery.
Yes.
And you rolled a critical success.
Correct.
So, you said that you were going to do an autopsy on Liz Mari, Philippa Jones, and you said a generic person from in their 20s to 30s.
Yeah, somewhere around the kind of younger age.
I think as you're setting up your equipment inside this tent where you're going to be doing the autopsies, that's around the time that Henrietta Cortez's body is brought out to the refrigerator truck. And she does fit this age range. I also think that you would know as a physician, since she's recently deceased, she would also probably be a good idea for your third autopsy.
Yeah, the earlier post-mortem, the better. So, the Most recently, they have passed the butter.
You take some time. We're going to say this takes the 4-hour block. You take the time you get your 3 cadavers set up on the tables and you start doing some work. Have you ever done this with a body before?
Yeah, it's required for my degree for physical science. You have to participate in an autopsy. However, this kind of stuff doesn't really faze Jimmy because, well, in his mind, these are just people ready to move on. And so to him, this kind of thing is not necessarily something that would get his stomach turned.
Okay. What about Liz?
The child, on the other hand, would be something new to him. Certainly wouldn't feel as, I guess, quote unquote, normal. However, he knows that this is part of the job, and he knows he needs to find a solution to this, or an answer to this.
Okay. You take your time opening up these bodies and you collect some samples from various parts. And
is there anything in particular that stands out as, like, obviously when you're sick, there's, specific parts of you, especially for, someone who passes due to an illness. There's like visual signs of inflammation in areas. There's, sometimes internal bruising for, like overworking of specific organs. Is there anything like in particular that stands out to Jimmy when he's looking at any of these cadavers?
Immediately, no. I would say maybe some swelling around the brain.
Okay.
And there's probably some self-inflicted wounds on all of them. Scratches, bruising.
Right.
But you'd also know that they can be violent and psychotic when they get to the late stage.
Right. But nothing that immediately jumps out as like unordinary for what he should be expecting.
I don't think so. Now,
okay,
that's not to say you don't discover anything. So we'll say you take some samples and you begin examining them. You look at them under a microscope. And the first thing that you immediately notice is samples from the brain of Henrietta Cortez, your recently deceased victim. You see these unknown microbes. They, in appearance, most closely resemble ctenophores, which are sort of like jellyfish with gelatinous bodies and these cilia or tendrils. But they're composed of only a few cells, and they're far smaller than ctenophores or any kind of jellyfish normally are. They're clearly multicellular, unlike amoeba, and what they are, you currently don't have any idea. In your study of these, and I'll also add that the other samples from the other 2 victims do not show these same microbes.
interesting.
The other thing that you notice, and you're getting 2 things because you rolled a critical success. None of these microbes look exactly alike. They appear to be not one single invasive species, but more like a colony of countless distinct species. They all look a little different in size, different in number of cells, different in arrangement.
Are they, as I'm looking at these under the microscope, at the current moment, does it look like they are in any sort of movement, or does it seem like, along with the cadaver, that they are deceased as well?
They're moving.
Does it look like they are reproducing at the moment?
I don't think you notice any mitosis. They are sort of swimming along the brain tissue, and they're moving, and they're kind of like using these tendrils to sort of move themselves around. It's not like a squid is pushing water. It's like these tendrils are reaching out and grabbing cells and crawling.
Like they're using the cells as forms of movement? Like,
It's a multicellular, so it's a little bit bigger than each like
okay.
regular cell, and it's like sort of moving between cells and kind of crawling with like these tendrils that it has.
Okay, so it's okay. Okay, so it's some sort of parasite. Interesting. I will start sort of writing down my findings, and if I have any time, Jimmy will make essentially like a quick he keeps a journal with him for, writing down his findings so that when he is typing up his findings, hold on. I have to typewriters were invented at this point, weren't they?
Yes.
Okay. I can't remember when they were
Those are very old invention.
Okay. He has a journal. He writes down everything to get ready to show the rest of the group. And
Okay.
he specifically is curious about the living parasites and how they're no longer present on the deceased. That's a really interesting note to make.
Okay. I think around this time, Paul, you walk outside to find Jimmy. It's probably been, I'm gonna say it's like 10 p.m. at this point. And they also wheel out Steffer and Embry behind you to add to the refrigerator truck. And we can say that Rowan and Gary, you guys arrive as well. Also, Jimmy, can you roll me 1d100?
Without, what am I rolling it for?
It's a luck roll.
Okay. I will do a luck roll.
Success. All right. So Jimmy, you walk outside. Sorry, Paul, you walk outside to find Jimmy, and Rowan and Gary, you guys are pulling into the parking lot.
Gentlemen,
Jimmy, did you notice anything weird about the eyes when you were doing your autopsy?
Not during my autopsies. However, I do have some really interesting information.
well, let's hear it.
Also, just so I understand, Paul and Jimmy, you guys still have your hazmat suits? Are you guys like at the tent, or like where are you guys standing?
I would assume
Wow.
that.
Oh, I guess I noticed the Rowan and Gary came back, and I would come and grab Jimmy, and we'd all meet out.
Jimmy would have gone through the procedures of disinfecting himself after taking care of the bodies.
Okay, so you guys are outside of the decom line in the warm zone, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be correct.
So, what I found was nothing out of the ordinary on the little girl and her and one of the elderly victims. I couldn't really see anything of note. However, there was a recent passing, and while I was examining her brain, I noticed some organisms that seemed almost jellyfish-like. From my understanding of parasites, there are some jellyfish that are little parasites, but they usually only affect fish. I think they're called like mysozoans or something like that. But these things don't look like those. They were present on the recent cadaver, but not present on the rest of them, which is really interesting because that means this is a parasite. However, parasites rarely produce the ability to latch onto other victims, except for if like a fish had this disease, right? Another big fish would eat it, and then it would get that disease.
So it'd be a lot harder. It should be harder for this to spread than it actually
Correct.
seems like it is.
However, mysozoans in the water produce spores, and the spores can be eaten by other parasites or worms or things like that. And so it's not uncommon or unheard of for spores to be used by creatures like this, but I've never heard of a parasite in air.
That would definitely pose a problem.
Let me tell you something, because I've seen some shit, okay, in the last hour or so. Does that explain? Do parasites help explain a glow in the eye? because when I went to go speak with the stage 3 patients, I barely noticed it. I hardly noticed it, but there was a glow, like a really deep, dark violet glow in their eyes.
Violet?
Yeah. I went to stage 2 and there was no glow, but all the 3 stage 3 patients, all 3 of them, they all had a glow in their eye.
That doesn't make any sense. How is that even possible?
I don't know.
That the only the only thing that
makes 0 sense.
you can get, like, your eyes can get lightening or darkening, but I've never heard of anything like that.
And almost all 3, or basically all 3 of them, were just speaking nonsense. I tried to talk to Steven, and he was just talking about seeing monsters. Asked to make him go away. I just couldn't get any sense out of him.
Do you think it's possible for these parasites to inhabit the irises? Perhaps they're a bioluminescence, and that could be the soft violet light that you saw. Maybe the monsters that he's saying is maybe he can see these little jellyfish parasites floating around his vision.
Maybe by the time the parasites get to their head or their eyes, that's like when it starts to become stage 3.
Maybe there's enough brain damage.
It's an interesting theory. However, during my autopsy of the recent victim, those cells, whatever this parasite is, was only found on the brain.
Huh.
So
none in the eyes?
There were none in the eyes, from what I saw.
Hmm.
However, it did seem, like I said, the parasites had either died off with the deaths of the earlier victims, right? Because there were none found on those victims.
I'm gonna jump in, and maybe they died off, but you also didn't see any remains whatsoever on the other 2 victims of these parasites.
Okay.
Normally there'd be like a body, right? Or like a dead cell.
Right. There'd be a dead, yeah.
So far, you've only found alive organisms, and that was in some of the most recently deceased.
Correct.
Okay. Well, the absence of them in some of the other bodies might mean that they have some way to, I don't know, navigate or escape the confines of the body.
Yeah.
Paul, you blink and maybe you start to rub your temple as you start to get a splitting headache.
Oh, no.
Oh, Paul, you okay?
Maybe I should go into confinement for a minute. Maybe I think we should not be speaking face to face right now, just in case. I got a bit of a headache. Where's that symptom list?
It's a little bit further up.
Fever
and weakness.
Fever and weakness. Yeah, headaches was one of the things.
Well, to be fair, we have been under a lot of stress.
Yeah.
Yes. We have too much work to do for you to be.
I understood.
You can play safe. You can kind of stay near the hospital, but
I think maybe we should stay away from the hospital.
It'd be challenging to conduct our research without being somewhere near it.
I understand, but
well, then I think that just moves our timetable up. We need to move with urgency.
Yeah.
Were you guys able to collect any other information, like from the patients, about like?
There was I talked to Cortez in stage 2, and he said that he had met with one of his friends, Jeffrey, that seen in a while, and he seemed very pale and weirdly excited about something he would not elaborate on. So Cortez asked if we could maybe check up on him and make sure he's okay.
Okay.
And I got the address here. I'll mark that on the map.
Sounds like a potentially suspicious figure. I mean, if we're suspecting Soviet tampering, then anyone excited, especially before like a brownout and an outbreak starts, like that's cause enough or reasonable suspicion. So we'll add them to our list of stops.
Okay.
The question though is, if this is linked to Soviet, would they focus on a small town like this first, or would they go to?
This could be a test. It just could be a test, for a bigger plan.
I mean, if it's a parasite and that's a living organism, they can grow. So might as well small batch it in a little town where they have less security, less scrutiny, and maybe perfect their methods before taking it to something large scale.
I just maybe I'm the only one who's a little skeptical on Soviet involvement, but I don't know. This doesn't look like something.
So something brand new appearing in the middle of nowhere doesn't raise any kind of suspicion for you?
It doesn't specifically immediately allude to me believing that it would be Soviet in nature.
I guess what you're saying. I'm not saying for sure it's some kind of Soviet plot to destroy all of America, but we can't rule out anything. That this could be human cultivated, and we need to be on the lookout for anybody that might have had a hand on this.
If that, I want to first consider unearthing something like I don't know, like I guess maybe I don't want to believe that it could be something that a human would have created, but to me, honestly, this kind of looks a little alien.
As I don't know, can we just make a plan? My head is killing me. I really want to go to bed. We just gotta make a plan.
All right. Let's review what we do know. Okay, we do know that patient 0, or at least the Maris, were the first reported infected, the ones that showed up to a hospital at least.
It was that old lady that came in at like stage 3 that we have basically no info about. We couldn't really get much on her.
That's true.
She was one of the ones that I did the autopsy on, and again, I found essentially nothing. Trevor, when I was doing the autopsy, other than the girl that killed herself, what did Jimmy presume the cause of death looking at those victims, the 2 other victims, the little girl and the older lady?
Probably organ failure and just overall like ceasing of brain function.
Okay, so it looked to be just
Neurological breakdown. Yeah.
Okay.
And loss of motor function, and yeah.
Jimmy, does it look like any of the brain was consumed?
Not from what I saw. I only saw inflammation. When I was viewing the tissue I collected from the brain of the most recent victim, I noticed the parasite moving freely in between the cells, so that this creature is living essentially in the brain. I don't know if it's feeding on it internally, but from what I looked at, it didn't look like it.
Okay, well, do we want to try to get a plan of attack for tomorrow? I assume it's started like 10 p.m. We're probably gonna call it a night here.
I don't think we have time for sleep.
Or we were just working through the night.
Yes.
Okay.
Paul, if you need to take a break, you can lay down for a little bit. Maybe take one of them to rooms in the hospital. But
okay.
But with how quickly this is moving, like people are expiring in like an hour or 2 after they hit stage 3, and
that's a fair point.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect time to discuss the exhaustion mechanic. You've all been up since like 8 a.m. this morning, and is now 10 going on 11. We are measuring this in 4-hour blocks. So basically the way this works is if you want to work more than 4 blocks without a break and without sleep, which is 16 hours, and that's the point you're at now, you must make a constitution test. If you fail it, you can continue working, but failing is going to cost 1d6 willpower, and you will additionally become exhausted. When you are exhausted, every roll is at negative 20%.
Oh, geez.
If you get a proper 8 hours of rest, which is 2 blocks worth, you will recover 1d6 willpower and you'll cure any exhaustion you have. And if you only take a 4-hour rest, you need to make a constitution test to get that same benefit. Otherwise, you don't get any benefit. So if anyone would like to start working through the night, because it's going to be about midnight when this next block rolls around, then you need to make a constitution ×5 test now. In addition, the last thing I'll add too, stimulants can help you work longer and postpone these negative effects. If you want to go that route, that's coffee or chain smoking or something stronger.
Okay. Well, I think the Plan of attack. There is a correlation here. We've had multiple people talking about a pale man. One from some of the folks in the call or one of the cafe owners saying that they had a pale man come through, and that lines up with Cortez's meeting with Jeffrey, who's also pale. So either he was sick with something, maybe. I think, and given his close proximity to the other houses like the Mari household and where we think the possible patient zero is in that northeastern corner of the town. So I think we should take some folks to get some ground kits and start looking around that area. Jimmy or Paul, is there anything that you think needs to be done here, like with the bodies, with research? But Jimmy, do you know if we can better contain this?
I'll also add, Jimmy, you've begun to study this, but there's definitely more that you can study and discover in general.
Okay. One thing I will say right now is if we can get another truck or something in here, we're going to have more bodies. And the last thing I want to do is overload a truck with just stacks of bodies.
I'll ask the sheriff to requisition on one for us.
Yeah. And then as far as anything goes, I can stay here and continue researching the stuff. I know I'm gonna need some rest.
I feel like I asked a lot. Couldn't really get too much more information out of them, so. But my head is killing me. I really, really feel like I should take a little nap.
You know what, Jimmy? You think it would be possible to extract a sample of these parasites from a living host?
That's a really good question. I don't actually know.
Maybe we can fully sedate someone, do a needle through somewhere maybe non-invasive, or maybe in, like between the eyes, or like through one of the eye sockets, through the nose. Also, do we have any particular medications for countering parasites? Maybe this should be your next step, is looking at what starts to kill this thing.
It's something I can look into for sure.
You would
However-
have to choose between one or the other if you're going to do it alone. If you want to research what Gary is asking of you, it's going to take the next time block entirely. If someone else wants to look into treatment stuff, they can, but you can't do this by yourself in one block.
Whatever happens right now, I know I need to rest, and I know that we're losing people right now, but if I'm not in my right mind, we're gonna lose more people by just us not having the right information.
You know what? I can order us some coffee, but we do need to keep the pressure up. We need to keep moving. Understand you might get tired, and if you need to, we can schedule some rest time for you, but any amount of push that we can get, we need that now. I can help you with the treatment research. Rowan, you're our boots on the ground scientist. Would you be okay checking out this Jeffrey guy by yourself?
Sure, I could do that.
If you want, you should probably bring an officer with you, so you can gain access to the residence.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul, it's a tricky one.
My head hurts
Give it.
bad.
I think we should give him some medicine, and he should rest, and we should see if.
Look, I mean, yeah, headaches were one of the initial. Oh my god, I'm blanking. Effects, symptoms. Yeah, thank you. So I might be, I don't want to try to. If I just got infected, I don't want to infect anyone else. So I need to find something a little more safer to probably do here, or I just sleep.
I don't know. Maybe you tackle the treatment and symptom suppression with Jimmy, and then
because I'll just be in a full suit anyways.
Yeah, and I can run with Rowan, and we can start checking out, try to find where the source of this is.
Yeah, if you haven't been at the hospital at this point, I think you should just stay away.
Okay.
I kind of agree with that, honestly. Paul and I will take care of the stuff here. Why don't you and Rowan continue researching outside of town?
Okay.
in the places that we can. Maybe check out the Kachina Cafe, because I remember that being mentioned a couple times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's right near where we need to go, and so actually just 1 block over from Jeffrey's house. So okay.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Yeah. And Jeffrey's house is also 1 block over from the Mari house.
Oh, you guys should definitely go and check on Jeffrey.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's. I know everyone's tired, but when you keep pushing through, there are lives on the line, and if we need some coffee, I can get that ordered. I know we have some harder stuff in the medicine case.
We're gonna need to sleep eventually, though.
Eventually, and
Like
we can
Maybe sleeping in shifts.
Yeah, we can sleep in shifts. Paul, I want to take some headache medicine and take first shift.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
maybe keep them isolated but under close observation.
Yeah.
So just so I'm clear, so Paul's going to sleep, and the others are grabbing coffee to push through.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Jebby is upsettingly grabbing coffee.
Okay.
That's duly noted and written off. All right.
All right, and Jimmy, you are going to do. You're going to get a live sample? Is that what I was gathering?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't think he approves of the live sample. However, he knows that it's necessary.
Wait, could you look at me?
We don't know that you have. We don't know that Paul has
Yeah.
the thing yet, so he doesn't want to treat you.
I mean, we don't have really a test.
Yeah.
He wants to get consent from a stage 2 victim.
Okay.
You can also do a treatment research. Because you have some live samples of the parasite, you could start testing drugs against it, seeing.
Correct. That is the other thing. That was the thing that he was originally gonna do.
You can start with that. You don't have to do the live sample. We can save that for later.
I think what Jimmy will do then is he will go to a stage 1 victim and see if he can get consent from anyone to take some live samples from them. Because if he's working on the stuff that he has right now, presumably in 4 hours, those people might be in stage 2 at this point.
Yeah.
Because I think he doesn't want to get anybody in stage 3.
So he's looking to get consent from a stage 1 victim. Well, so that way you have a stage 2 victim? Is that what I'm getting?
Correct.
Okay, so what I can do is I can give you can decide who you take that from once I give you the list of people of who progresses. So you just because you can go up to stage 2 and you can do that then. You don't have to predict.
Okay.
So that's what you're doing this coming block?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Rowan and Gary, you're both going to the northeast of town area?
Yes.
I want to make a call to the police department to see if I can get an officer to accompany us for one, and then an address see if any of these people on the list have an address near the Mari's household.
Okay, right. All right.
And if we can be I'm looking for blonde women in this area, if they are capable of narrowing it down to that point, then that's what I'd be looking for.
All right, and then the treatment research thing that you're looking to do is going to be later.
Well, isn't Jimmy just gonna get consent and then do treatment research, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna get consent and then start looking at treatment research.
Okay, we can say you do that. Now things may change within a 4-hour time span, right? So it might be easier just for you to get consent from someone who's in stage 2 when you plan on doing the studying of it. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. So this next block you'll be doing treatment research. Is that correct? For how to treat these? Okay.
Yes.
Paul, are you planning to sleep for 4 hours, or are you sleeping for a full 8?
I would like to say I give him a 4-hour block.
Do we want to do 4-hour shift blocks?
4 hours sounds good. Then we gotta evaluate them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do 4 hours because I gotta see how I'm feeling.
Okay.
If I'm actually sick.
I mean, worst case, we make you go back to sleep for another 4. So.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So you go to sleep for this next block. Jimmy, we'll just start with you. So you're doing some treatment research. How are you doing the research? What are you doing to try and research some sort of treatment for this?
I mean, I'm gonna be looking for kind of just doing, your basic testing of medications that we have on these parasites. Just other types of just common medicines, because obviously if we have, ibuprofen, penicillin, things like that, like maybe there's something that affects these things negatively.
Okay, so you're trying various medications on these patients.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me medicine.
Okay.
Or pharmacy. Whatever's... You can also roll pharmacy since this is drugs, if it's higher for you. That is a success on medicine.
Holy shit.
So during this period, you learn some things. Medicines don't do a whole lot, but typical things for like anti-inflammation and just like sort of anti-parasitical drugs, they do have some effect. And during this time, because of your successful roll, you're actually going to keep 2 patients from advancing to the next stage.
Okay.
So would you like 1 or 2 people from which stages?
Stage 1, for
Both
sure.
from stage 1?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because if we can get them treated and fixed earlier on, that's, in my opinion, way more important.
Okay.
And plus, we don't know when they are the most, when this parasite is the most transmissible. Like, is it dealing specifically with stage 3 victims, or is it dealing with stage 1 victims, or how does it work? We don't necessarily know. And if we can treat people who are already infected and keep them from getting to that stage 3, I think it's best.
Okay. So while you're doing that, we're going to move over to Gary and Rowan. You guys head to the police station first, I believe.
I was just gonna make a phone call to it.
Okay, so you can grab the phone.
Yeah, grab the hospital phone, call up the sheriff. Ring ring. Sheriff Darren. Hello, Sheriff. So we have some information on a lead, maybe patient 0, where we're looking for a police escort from one of your state troopers to walk with us to help getting the cooperation of the civilians we come across.
I can call Deputy Thomas and have him assign someone to walk with you.
Can you have him meet us at a I don't have the last name, but at Jeffrey's house? He lives at address blah blah blah, block down from the Kachina Cafe.
Yeah, I can relay that.
All right, well, we can meet him there. To tell me their addresses, or if any of them are blondes. I know that's a little specific.
I'm not familiar with Deputy Thomas would be more familiar.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with the residents of Hudson's, but Thomas might be able to help.
Okay, I think I'll just run the list by him. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
And he hangs up.
Good chunk.
You guys head to... So you're going to Jeffrey's house.
Yes.
We'll say you get there and Deputy Thomas is waiting outside in his patrol car. And he steps out and raises a hand. You guys park along the street.
Deputy Thomas?
How's it going?
It's going. We're slowly making discoveries, but we need to move a little bit faster.
Yep. What do you got for me?
So we have a Mr. Jeffrey here, potentially excited about some project. Happens to line up exactly around the times of the brownout and the outbreak. I just be on your guard. I'm not sure his intent, but he's currently a person of interest, and I'm not sure if maybe he was patient 0 or was initially infected, but we need to get information out of him. So if you wouldn't mind standing with us and help us out if we need it.
Yeah, sure. He lives over here.
All right, perfect.
Did you guys bring the hazmat suits by chance? Because if he was patient 0,
that's true.
You might want to suit up before entering.
I think,
I mean, you drove the van over there, right?
I guess we would have the van, so there's a hazmat suit for everybody.
Yeah, we would have taken the hazmat suit or ours and left them at the hospital.
I can say you have them, but you only have 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
But my point is that Deputy Thomas would not have a suit.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You know what, Debbie Thomas, we're gonna shoot up just in case the disease is here. You might want to stand a little bit further back on the sidewalk.
Oh, okay. All right.
We just gotta be cautious here.
All right. Well, I can let you do that if you don't mind. I can go knock and see if he's home.
Sure thing, that works. Well, we're gonna get suited up.
All right. Sounds good. You guys head over to the van and start getting suited up in your thick rubber hazmat suits.
Okay.
Officer Thomas knocks on the door, and he stands there waiting, and no one answers. And he knocks again, looks through the window, walks around to the front, and I'd say you guys are probably mostly suited up whenever he walks back over and says, "Ain't no one come to the door."
Well, we need to gain an entry into his house and take a look. He might be sick or.
Well, we'd need probable cause for that.
Can I walk up and look through the window as well?
Yeah. You can see in the garage there's a vehicle in there, and there's like some tools and stuff, and in the front looks like a study from one of the other windows to the right of the door.
Okay.
It's kind of like there's books stacked and there's like papers scattered around. There's like boxes and stuff. It looks like they've got a lot of, I don't know, things and study materials and like fucking books and shit. But
Okay.
that's about it.
Do I see anything of potentially Soviet origin or like maybe anything red?
I'm gonna say you don't see anything like suspiciously Soviet, but it sounds like you're just looking for some sort of an excuse. Is that what you're doing?
Potentially.
Okay.
Yep.
Um,
Because I think Steven was the one that brought up. I think this is Soviets. So might try to
Debbie
use this
Thomas.
paranoia.
Yes.
Debbie Thomas, yeah.
Okay. You don't necessarily see anything that like I can give you, but if you want to try and bullshit him, you can.
Okay. I'll look into the study. Like, that seems like an awful lot of correspondence there. Think he's been talking to anybody?
What are you getting at?
I don't know. A lot of strange things happening. Lots of, a lot of people getting sick. Power going out. It could be anybody. You know, your neighbor could be the enemy.
Ever's been here for a good 3 years. I mean, I'd be surprised if.
Just 3 years?
I mean, yeah, roughly.
Okay.
He was a professor before. Out of town, moved here.
So where's the smart ones? You think maybe we can jiggle the door, you know, front, back, any way we can get in?
I did check the front door. I can check the back, but the front was locked. He goes around back, and the back door is also locked. Look, I know you want to talk to him. He may just not be home. I can call the boys and see if anyone's seen him around.
Debbie Thomas, everyone I've talked to said he looked pale and he looked sick.
Right.
And if he's hurting, he could be sick in there right now. And don't you think a welfare call is enough to get into the house?
I mean, I understand that, but
Aren't you just a little bit worried about him?
hold on. I'm literally looking up what do cops need for a welfare check.
Yeah. Yeah, can anybody just say, like, hey, I'm pretty worried about the guy?
I mean, can the interlock door? Yes, but only under specific circumstances. Under the Fourth Amendment, your home is protected against unreasonable searches. Yeah. If they have an objectively reasonable basis to believe someone inside is seriously injured or in imminent danger, they may enter. So, kind of, I'm going to say this is definitely a roll.
Okay.
It's going to be persuade. I'm going to say it's negative 20%.
Then I'll try it.
That is a success. I'll let me just wait here. Let me at least run to the station, see if anyone's seen him around, and then if I haven't heard anything from the calls, we can come back and we can enter.
Of course. We can check out maybe the Kachina Cafe or something in the meantime.
All right. So he takes off in his cruiser and heads to the station.
All right, Rowan, what do you think? Are we kicking down the back door?
Was it extenuating circumstances? Something like that? Big word.
Yeah. I mean, we can always close the door back up, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can pay for repairs, if he's, just fine.
Pull rank a little bit. I mean,
Yeah. This is national security.
I make sure I have my my badge ready.
Your badge? Okay. Just so you guys know, what you're doing is illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with a little B&E.
Yeah. All right. I've got a bad leg. How about you handle this?
All right. Use my farmer strength.
Go and roll me strength.
Strength.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Wait, high is bad, right?
High is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you guys try and kick down the door. I don't think that you get through it.
Okay.
The door, you dent the door and it cracks a bit, but it's holding sturdy.
All right. Windows.
Yep. I guess we do have other spots we could be checking. How sold are we on breaking and entering on just speculation alone? Maybe we can knock on the neighbor's door, see if Jeffrey's been around. What do you think?
Yeah, we can ask a neighbor.
Let's go knock. Yeah, go to the neighbor and knock on their door.
Okay. You guys head over to a neighbor's house and knock, and a older woman opens the door and answers, and she sort of jumps a little bit. I believe you guys are in full hazmat suits. Oh my. She backs up a little bit.
Are we able to take like the head part off? Like, is it like how?
Yeah, you can take the mask off.
Okay, I'd like to have the mask off. Howdy, ma'am. Sorry, just your friendly neighborhood. Don't
There's
worry,
been a
ma'am.
sickness going around. If you don't mind, please stay back.
Of course. That's why we wear this gear. Don't worry, we're all right. Have you seen Jeffrey around?
I have a few days ago. Why?
A few days ago? Not recently.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, I don't talk to him every day.
Okay. What do you think of him as a person? Neighbor. Like, is he nice? Is he kind? Or is he?
Oh yeah, he's nice. He used to be a professor at Caltech. Very smart man.
Okay.
Talked to him a little bit about mumbo jumbo. He's used a lot of big words I don't understand, but
You know what? I heard that he was working on something big recently, and I was hoping to talk to him about some of his work.
oh yeah, well, I'm sure he'd be happy to.
Do you have his phone number?
Yeah, I can call him.
That would be just wonderful, ma'am. Thank you.
She goes to grab the phone. She asks you to wait at the door because she's a little paranoid.
Of course, naturally.
But you could probably see her. It's it's a hall phone, right? And so she goes down the hall and dials him, and she's waiting on the phone for a bit. But it looks like he doesn't answer. And she hangs up and comes back over. Well, maybe he's not home. He didn't answer.
Well, thank you for trying, ma'am. We appreciate it. I think that's all we need for now.
Yes, of course. You two stay safe.
I will do. You too, ma'am. All right. Well, that's a bit of a bust. What do you think? Do we try Kachina?
Fine, we'll move on to our next lead until then we'll come back.
You want to go to the Kachina Cafe, or do you want to start knocking on doors, seeing if we can find a blonde with glasses?
Let's go to the cafe. Waitresses always they know everybody in town.
For true. All right. We take our suits off and put them back in the truck. And we load up to go to the cafe.
So you do get there. It looks like it's closed.
Okay.
And I think you would remember that the Malofs are the ones who own this. And their son, Ahmad, he got sick and he died. And so the parents are at the gym. So it is currently closed.
Dang.
Um,
I guess, can we try all the doors?
Roll me luck.
Luck. Okay. That's just a D100, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a button for it.
Roll luck.
That's a failure. I think they're all locked.
Dang. Dang.
just because the door's locked doesn't mean we can't get in.
You see?
Oh, wait, I have locksmith. Does that include lock picking?
You can try that, yeah.
I would like to try to pick the lock.
Probably should try that the other place.
All right, you may roll me. Go and roll me craft locksmith.
All right, here we go.
That's a failure.
47
that
by
is so
7.
close.
Oh.
That's tough. All right, well, we're not getting here either.
Just a reminder, it is also like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So
It's
pretty late.
it's probably like 1 a.m. at this point. 1 or 2. It's like 1:30, I think, in the morning.
yeah.
I mean, fuck, let's go back to Jeffrey's.
All right, so we're gonna say this then. So if you guys are driving,
Okay.
so you guys go to the Cucina Cafe, looking around, you look at and windows and stuff. It's closed, and the Maloofs are the ones that own it, and they're at the college. So, well, shit. You guys are like, well, we'll head back to Jeffrey's, and you guys get out of the van, and you're looking at the windows and stuff.
I mean, nobody's around, right? Is the cop here?
I think everyone's indoors. The cop went back to the station to check something.
I mean, I saw some kids run around throwing rocks. You did too.
You know what? I think I saw those little rascals run to the alleyway just over there.
Yeah. So, I find a rock and give it the old throw.
When you pick up the rock, Rowan, I think this is about the time that you see the police car around the corner. The sheriff or the deputy has just returned, and he pulls up, and when he steps out, 2 more people step out of his car with him.
Drop the rock.
Okay, I dropped the rock.
You would see 2 men. They're dressed in what looks like suits without the jacket, so just shirt and tie. One has aviator sunglasses on. The other one is smoking a cigarette. They're both blonde, and they walk up with Deputy Thomas. Gentlemen, this here is Agent Butchard, Agent Stusser. They were waiting at the station whenever I came up, and they have some questions for you guys about what's going on.
Good afternoon, agents. I'm assistant program manager with the CDC, Gary Mueller. Dr. Gary Mueller, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, pleasure to meet you. Yeah, sorry about the time. Took a flight over here when we heard what was going on. You want to give us a debrief on what's happening around here?
Well, there's. Can I ask where you come from? Sorry, FBI or?
Yeah, FBI. He shows his badge to you guys. They both do.
Okay.
You see Agent Nell Butchard and Agent Bradley Stusser, and he shows you FBI credentials. Yeah, if you don't mind, we're just gonna want just any information you got, anything you can tell us, where you think this came from, what you think it is.
So we are responding to an outbreak here. We have the hospital under containment, and it's a very rapidly progressing illness with folks dying like within 24 hours after contracting the first symptoms. So far, what we've gathered is it's potentially a parasite that resides in the brain. And right now, we're out here trying to figure out where maybe our patient 0 is or where the source of this is.
How big is a parasite? What are we talking about here?
It's about a couple cells in size. Uses its tendrils to navigate amongst the living tissue.
All right.
We have several confirmed dead so far, roughly 9 to 10 dead, and several more rapidly approaching that stage. So we're currently following up on a lead. Jeffrey seemed very excited about a discovery that he was about to have, and kind of lines up with the interactions of some of the other patients, and that falls in line with the brownout that was here and the start of the outbreak. So we have reasonable suspicion.
All right, slow down a little bit. Who's Jeffrey? What was he saying about what he was excited about?
He's working on something like a breakthrough, something meaningful. I don't know what his area of study is, but if it happens to be microbiology or pathology or something, he could have been working on a strain of something then that possibly could have gotten out. We're not saying that is the definite cause. It's just we're following any lead we got at the moment.
Deputy, do you have a full name for this Jeffrey? And the deputy would nod. He'd give the name. And what about these patients? Anything? What have you observed?
Well, there's multiple stages that we're classifying them in. Initially, it's fever, headaches, nausea, hallucination, and then it steadily progresses to stage 2 with tremors, convulsions, vertigo, disrupted sleep.
What sort of hallucinations?
So far, we've just been hearing them saying they're seeing monsters, and they're in stage 3 when they're having extreme psychosis and delusions, and they tend to become violent. Not directly targeted towards anyone, but if anything, mainly themselves.
Gary, roll me human, and Rowan, roll me alertness. Human is a success, and Rowan,
Fuck.
that's a failure. All right. So Gary, when you mentioned something about seeing monsters, you see the two exchange a look. These two agents.
Mm-hmm.
He writes some things down, and you said something about a blackout.
A brownout, to be specific. But Rowan, do you have the date of the brownout? I think it was the 19th.
That sounds about right. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It was like 3 days before.
I think Deputy Thomas would step in and he would say it was about the 19th at some time, about 3 days ago now. We have a electrician coming in the morning to look at it, and the FBI agent nods.
Now, if you don't mind me inquiring, who sent you out here? Is there potentially something more here?
This is just a matter of national security.
That makes sense. Are you guys able to get more men or reinforcements, like on the roadblocks? I'm just making sure, as long as no one leaves or enters this place, I think we have it pretty well contained.
Yeah, potentially, but right now, I'd be interested in talking to some of the other. You got other people on your team, or is it just you two?
We have 2 others.
2 others?
Yeah, yes, sir.
There's only 4 of you working on this outbreak.
Currently, that's all that the agency can spare.
Yeah, I think we'd like to talk to them. If you can.
What are you? I guess what's your? I would love to help. At the same time, I'd love to be helped. What kind of information are you looking for?
Anything and everything.
Well, hey, you know what? This might be your area of expertise, but we're trying to get more information locating on where this might have originated from. Maybe if we share notes, we can tell you what we know and who we're located. Maybe you can help us hit the ground and start looking around.
Yeah, it's not exactly how this is going to work. We need to talk to anyone else who might have more information, gather some info on our end, and we can go from there.
All right, well, at this point, you pretty much know everything that there is to know, but you can definitely talk to my guys. They're at the hospital right now. T. Thomas, were you able to get any information regarding Jeffrey Langswell here?
Yeah. Ain't no one's seen him recently, so I don't know if, wellness check wise, I mean, he could be sick.
You don't think that would warrant going in and check on him?
This conversation draws Agent Butcher's attention. What's the, with this Jeffrey? You're just concerned about him being sick or what?
Well, most people remark him looking sickly, and this is before any of the other cases started. And so, if he's patient 0, there could be a lot that we can learn from him. Again, not. But
right.
If this was something
he's
man-made,
suspected as patient 0, though. Is that correct?
Yes.
Right.
He's suspected as patient 0 or the originator of whatever this is.
All right, Thomas, deputy, I want us to let's head to the clinic. I want to ask some questions, and then we can look at we can come back to Jeffrey. They hop into Deputy Thomas's car. I did say that I'm going to say that they drove behind him because I think they'd have their own car because they'd have to drive into Hudsonville. So they hop into their car. Jeffrey hops in his cruiser. I guess you guys hop in the van.
We'll do that.
So as you're headed to the clinic, we're going to switch to Paul. Paul, I need you to roll me a Constitution.
Oh, fuck. All right.
Paul's just getting beat up.
Oh,
That is
Critical.
a critical failure.
No.
Okay.
guys, it's
It's
over.
over. That's it.
I'm stage 2.
Hey, you got
Oh,
jellyfish
no.
brain. Jellyfish brain.
Then Jimmy, roll me luck.
You got your live sample, Jimmy.
Also, Paul, I need you to roll me 2d4. That is a 3. Roll me 3d10. Okay. Give me just a moment.
Oh boy. I don't know what happens again.
Can you, Jimmy, roll me 1d4?
Sure. 2.
Okay, roll me 2d8.
13.
Oh gosh.
It could be a good number.
After a failed roll.
Who knows?
Oh no.
How are we supposed to know?
I don't know. Oh.
Okay. Jimmy, another thing I need from you.
Oh boy.
You've been studying this disease. I meant to ask this last block, but since you've discovered this new parasite, you get to name it.
Ooh.
So if you want to come up with a name for whatever you want to call this disease, and I will ask,
All the
just make
people.
it somewhat serious. Don't make it completely goofy. But
Okay,
you can name it whatever you like.
I've discovered a ligma.
And you can take. You don't have to answer immediately. You can take some time.
Give me a
Yeah.
minute. Jimmy's working on it right now.
Yeah, just think about it in the background.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yes.
So you are sleeping, and we'll say you're set up on like the couch or something, or like,
Do they have like a patient room?
yeah, maybe like a patient room.
Like an empty patient room with like a cot or something.
Yeah, there are probably some cots in one of the patient rooms that you and some of the other staff would sleep at, since it's getting to be like where this is going to be a overnight thing. And you jolt awake suddenly. You're kind of sweating, and one of the nurses is looking at you, and she says something. You are shaking. Are you okay?
Sorry, I couldn't really hear you at first. I still have a splitting headache. I don't know.
Can I get you something? Water? You want some?
Yeah, some water, maybe some painkillers for this headache.
Yeah, I'll be back. She goes and gets that for you, and she brings it back and sets it on the counter.
I will take the pill.
You pop the pill in your mouth and you go to drink, and you're having trouble swallowing. Your mouth's kind of numb, and like your throat feels like weird and swollen.
Ooh. Well, that's not good. I think I should quarantine myself. Probably need to head over to the patient room.
You're going to stage 1? The room?
Is Jimmy still at the hospital, yeah?
Yeah.
Jimmy's you suited up?
Jimmy is
Because I think I would want to...
actively suited up, working on the treatment.
Try to suit back up, I guess. I mean, I don't even know if I even need the suit at this point.
You could ask for Jimmy to come to you.
Yeah, I feel like I need to talk to Jimmy, and I need him to look at me.
You ask a nurse?
Yeah, I want to ask the nurse to go find Jimmy.
Are you feeling sick?
Yeah, I'm not feeling too great.
Okay,
Could you
come
find
with
my
me,
buddy?
please.
Okay. But can you find Jimmy and make sure
Yeah,
Jimmy?
I'll bring him, but I would just want to bring you to stage 1.
Yeah, okay. I'll go with you.
When you stand, you almost fall over because your balance is bad.
Oh no.
But you make it to stage 1. She sets you down at a bed, and she goes to fetch Jimmy.
So, how you feeling, Paul?
Yeah, it's not looking too great. Pretty bad headache. It kind of hurts to swallow. Feels weird to drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was this headache like kind of all of a sudden, or was it kind of a gradual buildup?
Yeah, it was kind of just all of a sudden. Like it felt fine, and we kind of all gathered up, and then just out of nowhere, just this headache just came out of nowhere.
Anything else like of note?
That's the first thing.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try and give you the same stuff that we've been giving some of the other patients in here, and just try and stay positive.
Yeah. I can be your live patient though. All right.
Well, we're not totally sure.
If it gets there, though, I got you.
All right. Well, hopefully it doesn't have to come to it. Personally, I'd prefer to keep you out of surgery because if we find a way to fix this,
Jimmy, I'm also going to say during this time that you're talking to Paul, maybe you do a little bit of, can you roll me medicine?
sure. I would like to use my hunch roll.
Ooh, okay. Okay, oh, well, okay, so I messed up with this with the other group too. So just so you're aware, I'm going to let you use your hunch roll this time. But going forward in the future, you need to choose to use your hunch roll before you make your roll.
Before?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's a choice of you're either taking the chance or you're taking your safe option.
I see.
But so I'm gonna let you use your hunch roll this time.
Okay.
But in the future.
Before we
Yes.
do it. Okay, got it.
But yeah, you can use your hunch roll.
Yeah.
That is
A 54.
A 54 under 60, so that would be a success.
Yes.
You take a look at Jimmy. Or sorry, Jimmy, you take a look at Paul.
Okay.
And he is stage 2.
Well, that accelerated fast.
Jimmy checks him out and he's like, "Hey man, gonna be completely honest here.
It's bad.
It's not good.
Yeah.
How would you feel about getting under the table or on the table?"
I'll get on the table. I'd rather help than just,
Jimmy
die.
Jimmy tells Paul to wait there and goes and informs the hospital staff to make a room for him to perform some surgery, getting all of the necessary equipment ready for Paul.
All right. So we're going to say this is going to the next block. You're getting ready to do some surgery on Paul to get some live tissue samples. I'd like to know how you're going to go about this. Where are you taking the samples from?
That's a good question.
Isn't it? You only found stuff in the brain,
Mhm.
right? Oh man. Wait, hold on. Paul's having second thoughts.
Let me if there's a way to do it safely, Jimmy would know about it.
I'd say you can take, there's brain surgery is a thing. It does happen. You can probably take like grafts off the brain. You would have to open up his head.
Well, how doing grafts on the brain is something that's like new.
Probably bad. Yeah.
So as far as I think before putting him on the table and thinking about getting physical samples from, because Jimmy wasn't a fan of doing this in the first place, I think Jimmy would ask if they have a neurosurgeon on staff, and if they don't, then he's not going
They
to.
don't.
Yeah, then he's not going to be doing this because it doesn't make sense for him to do it because he's not a neurosurgeon.
Makes sense.
What's the other things? Cerebral and angiography.
That is where you put a radiopaque contrast dye into the blood. It is a bit risky. It is also new.
Yeah, it goes through your wrist. Well, it technically can also go through your groin, so it depends on where you want it.
Nope.
Eh,
Not there. Not
Okay,
there.
so then we're gonna go through probably your whatever your dominant hand, your dominant arm is.
All right. So as you're getting set up to do all of this, I think this is whenever Gary and Rowan and the FBI officers and Agent Thomas, they roll up to the clinic.
okay. I'd like to go through the warm zone / decontamination process and ask someone inside where Jimmy and Paul are.
You can find them.
You might want to suit up before going through the rest of the hospital.
Yeah.
While you are suiting up, the FBI officers pull out hazmat suits from their car as well, and they get suited up.
Okay. Yeah. FBI sure does come well equipped, huh?
It is an outbreak.
That's true. That's all I'll say on the matter.
Roll me awareness. Or sorry, alertness.
Oh my gosh. Oh, son
As a
of
failure.
a man. It's a 20%, dude.
The four of you head in. Deputy Thomas, he waits outside and he talks to another officer on scene.
Okay.
So you guys go find Jimmy and Paul. Gentlemen, FBI, Agent Butcher, this is Agent Stusser.
Do you think I could intervene first and be like,
He'd pause.
Paul, everything okay? You're not in your suit.
It ain't good.
Paul's in stage 2.
Uh-oh. So sorry, Paul.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get this figured out soon. Don't you worry.
Well, yeah, we're running some tests, so hopefully this
Okay.
will help us figure this out.
We're gonna run a EEG, and then we're gonna run some dye through his artery up to his brain to get a scan, and see if there's anything we can see.
Okay.
Gary and Rowan. Jimmy's pupils are misdilated. One's bigger than the other.
Oh. Yeah, Jimmy, how are you feeling?
Pretty exhausted. I mean, we've been working for what?
It's almost 20 hours
20
straight.
hours straight.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that, Jimmy. You might need some rest after you finish what you're doing here.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll start taking over some of the lab work. Well, hopefully we have a bit of assistance. Let me introduce you to the 2 FBI agents I got sent over. This is Agent
Stusser.
Agent Stusser and Agent Butchard.
Your name's Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy Views.
Alright, and Paul?
Oh, yeah.
You write some things down? What can you tell me about what's going on?
Hold on. You guys are FBI?
Yes, sir.
Man, why didn't we hear about you guys coming? I mean, we've been looking for more help.
We just got here.
Yeah, right.
Took
But
a night flight.
Sorry, Jimmy. I've already briefed him on most of the situation. Have you learned anything new since discovered it was a parasite?
no, I have been able to delay a little bit of process from some people going from stage 1 to stage 2, but for right now, Paul woke up. Apparently, he was shaking a little bit, and
I just had a headache when I went to bed and woke up and felt horrible.
right.
Did Gary tell you about the glow in their eyes and the monsters that they say to see?
Glow? Butchard speaks up.
Yeah. The people in stage 3, I noticed all of them had a glow in their eye, like a deep violet glow.
You write some things down. Alright, so here's what's going to happen, okay? FBI is going to take possession of all records for what's going on here. Alright, so I'm going to need copies of that. Everything's going to go through us. Anyone asking for details about the outbreak needs to be reported to us. And medical staff, all of you, there's going to be no calls. Is that understood? We don't need a mass panic.
Can I reach out to
Can't we talk to our director?
Of the CDC? Is he aware of this?
Well, he's aware of
he's the one that sent us.
Yeah, he
All right.
sent us here.
Alright, well,
but
what he's aware of, that's going to be the information he's going to have for right now. We're not going to give him any updates yet. I also need to know anyone that you might have discussed any of these happenings with.
I'm sorry, hold
Or
on.
any names.
Time out. We're not. This is our whole unit is supposed to be figuring out how to stop things like this. Why are we
And you're going to keep doing that.
not talking to our immediate superior?
Do you need his expertise on this right now?
No, but I don't.
Well, then you don't need to talk to him.
We weren't aware that you were coming in the first place. Shouldn't we have been notified if this was the case?
So what level of clearance do you have?
We're with the FBI.
Yeah,
That's very vague and cool, but I'm with the CDC, so
Right. And does the CDC outrank the FBI with the government? Do you have clearance that we don't have?
I have direct authority here.
Right. Well, FBI's taking authority of this case. And yeah, as I just explained, we're taking possession of all records.
Okay, I got to call Director Marholm about this, but I guess
What for?
let them know you guys are here and what's going on.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep it brief. And does Jeffrey Langswell, you think that he's patient 0?
Potentially, well, we.
All right. We're going to go pay him a visit. Check out his house. He looks at Stusser.
I guess guess let us know what you find. I'm gonna stay here with my men and we see what other stuff we can uncover.
I would like at least one of you to come with in case we have any bodies or something.
I'll go with.
Gary, you should maybe go too. Let me be completely honest here.
Okay.
I don't know if it's safe to stay at the hospital. Paul immediately went to stage 2, and the longer that you stay here, the easier it is for more of us to get infected. I've already been in the trenches here. The more that you and Rowan can get out and stay away from this place and find any information outside of this hospital, because we are not getting any answers, the better. So if the two of you can both go, well, I take care of Paul here. We'll give you a call if anything happens.
Okay. And Jimmy, I want to point this out earlier, but your pupils are misdilated. I know that's not from a cause of exhaustion. You might want to take some antibiotics.
Well,
or...
I also never drink coffee, so maybe that's what that is.
Let's hope it's just the caffeine.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'll work with FBI and hopefully we can find something substantial.
Okay.
Let us know what you find out here as soon as you got it.
Of course.
You hang in there, Paul.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Rowan, Gary, you two stay safe and find some answers.
You too as well.
And are the FBI people still standing there?
They would leave, and so is Rowan and Gary going with the FBI back to Jeffries?
We will.
Is that what I heard? Okay.
Before they leave,
I think I'll stay for a moment. Like I'll let them like start walking out, and then I'll turn to Jimmy.
Okay.
Jimmy says to Rowan and Gary, he's like, man, I don't know why, but these two guys are really... just watch your back, guys.
Yeah, something's up. I don't know why the FBI would be here. I mean, like we're the CDC. I mean, we're a branch of the federal government. We don't need like any criminal oversight.
Right, like I'm okay with having the FBI here and having more people to help investigate this shit, but man, I don't like not being told about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're trying to keep us from talking to our director too. Like,
yeah,
I feel like we need at least to confirm by another source that they are actually supposed to be here. Yeah.
And the oddest parts of these cases. So
I mean, I don't know if
they really perked up at the glowing eyes and the monsters.
I don't know if I'm just getting paranoid from just being here, but
hey, that's a symptom.
I literally watched a woman, murder herself, and then there's glowing eyes. There's something is going on here that is not natural.
Well, for now, let's try and get you figured out, Paul. And you two
Yeah,
again.
I feel bad.
Again, Rowan.
Say that again?
Rowan, watch Gary's back. Gary, watch Rowan's back. I don't really trust what's going on, and for goodness sake, please stay safe.
Will do. You take care of yourself, Jimmy. Take care of Paul.
Rowan and Gary, both of you roll me luck, please.
I'm in the hazmat suit. Oh, son of a biscuit.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
39.
Okay.
Oh.
Luck rolls is straight 50-50.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so the FBI agents, they walk out and they start talking to some of their staff. I know we're about to end time, but I want to do one or two things before we end.
Okay.
Gary, you said that you're going to call Marhome, and you also wanted to investigate these agents.
Yeah.
What are you going to talk to Marhome about, and are you making any other calls to investigate?
I'm going to give him the lowdown on what we found out so far. That there seems like that this is kind of going beyond what any disease we've seen do before. I have the degrees in biology and the microbiology, and so I haven't witnessed or seen anything like this, and symptoms that are very abnormal And now I want to know if he reached out to the FBI and if he could maybe dig into Butchered and Strusser and see if maybe he has contacts that he can talk to, see who they work for, where the rank is, and what I should be doing.
He says he never contacted the FBI.
Okay.
And he doesn't know if he can he can make some calls, but he also suggests calling the nearest FBI office.
Is that something I can ask him to do?
Yeah, I mean...
I can touch base later?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, well, if you look into that for me, I want to cooperate with them for now. They're following up on some of our leads, so they're helping, but the moment things look like they're starting to go south, I might need some assistance here.
Okay, can do.
Thanks, boss.
Rowan and Gary, you prepare to head out with the FBI officers, and Jimmy, you prepare to do some procedures on Paul. I think this will be where we end today's episode.
I'm definitely gonna get strapped.
Strapped. Do you have guns?
Nope, we don't.
We not have any guns?
I don't think we do.
Jimmy doesn't know how to use a gun at all.
We're the
He's-
CDC.
As CDC?
Paul knows how
You
to
know,
use a gun.
Well, what if I have a personal carry that I'm ex-military? I just got a little stub nose.
You are ex-military, so I'll give you a little stub nose. How about that?
Okay. Wait.
I think you're the only one. I don't think anyone else would have a gun.
That's
I
fine.
know how to use, but I wouldn't have one.
Yeah.
Okay. So, retrospective. You guys have 3 questions. You can choose to answer one of them. And I'd like to know who would like to answer a question first and what you'd like to talk about.
Alright, I can go first. So I'll answer has your character experienced any personal growth or change? And I'm gonna say he has experienced a certain degree of change after immediately leaving the scene of the woman killing herself and then questioning the stage 3 patients and seeing the glow in their eye. Something is definitely like he realizes this is not normal. Something weird is definitely going on, and he doesn't really know how that really makes him feel. It's nothing that he has ever experienced in his life before, and it's kind of affected him a bit mentally. I've lost sanity from it, actually.
Okay.
That's my answer.
So, we can go with that. I'd like a little bit more on how you think. I have a question.
Okay.
So, how you think that it specifically sort of affected Paul mentally, like his mentality and stuff, and how do you think he feels after seeing what happened with Henrietta and what she did to herself, and then now knowing that he is infected?
He feels more, I guess, insignificant, I guess. Like there's a larger picture going on that might even be like mystical, the unknown, who knows. And knowing that he's now very quickly, very, very fast, stage 2 and sick, he's like kind of scared. Definitely, like, mental is starting to break down a little bit, probably. Like on that verge.
Okay. I will give you a hunch. You want to roll D100?
Sick.
$37.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Nice. Okay, I think I'll take the hunch roll.
Now I have one more bonus question for you. Do you think he's seeing like what might happen to him? Are there any thoughts about his family or his daughter?
Yeah, definitely about my daughter. The wife, sorry, ex-wife, The daughter, yeah. And also my brother. Probably like thinking about shit.
Okay.
This sucks.
But yeah, you have your hunch roll. I think that was a pretty good insight.
Yeah.
Who would like to go next?
I think Jimmy was itching for it.
Yeah, I'll go. I think I'll go with what was a difficult decision your character was faced with and why. And you may think that I'm going with the option of operating on the little girl. However, I think that it is really, really important to remember that Jimmy forms relationships pretty strongly with people pretty quickly. And so the fact that someone he's close to, being Paul, having to suggest, essentially put him in isolation and things like that, and then do experiments, live experiments on someone, is kind of a difficult decision to make just for himself. And so it's quite upsetting when Jimmy has no idea how to treat him. It is a really, really tough situation to be in, but it's got to be done.
I like that. Roll me a hunch. I'm also curious, is Jimmy being an optimist, and when he was saying, I think it's the coffee for the peoples, does he have like a feeling that he might be infected, and is he like pushing that away, or do you think he just really believes like, I'm probably fine, it's probably nothing?
Jimmy has a very weird sense of optimism, to the point where sometimes it makes his choices and rationality a little off. So he has no thoughts as to him being infected at all. He doesn't believe it.
Okay.
Ooh, a plain 60.
60.
If it's a 60% and I roll 60, is it a success?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that hunch.
Good. All right. Who's next?
I'll go. I don't know if this is a difficult enough decision, but Rowan had to decide whether to break into Jeffrey's house, and he did. He did decide to. But that, well, I mean, they interrupted me with the rock.
Successfully.
He didn't get a chance, yes, but he had made that decision.
But still made the decision. Normally, Rowan's a little bit of a goody two-shoes, but, dire times call for dire measures.
Okay. You say he's good at two shoes. Is he? I believe he's religious, right?
No, he was.
No.
His family was religious, but he didn't want to be. But his morals don't come from religion.
Okay. I guess I'm curious, like, a little bit more of like his headspace. Like, what was he struggling with when he was choosing to break in or not?
Well, mostly is this worth the risk if we get caught, breaking and entering into a property? But it was the need to potentially save someone. If breaking in, he could save just like one more person, he would do it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a hunch. That is a 43. Would you like to keep it, or are you doing XP?
Can I increase my locksmith?
Yeah.
Then yes.
I think I'm gonna do the what was a difficult decision your character was faced with and why. And this is kind of one that he's continually struggling with, especially with the introduction of these FBI agents. He's already starting to feel a lot of the pressure of like needing to get to a solution and like solve something, figure something out fast. And then these FBI's come in and they kind of like strip all of his authority away. And I'm faced with the decision of, do I assert my own authority because I'm the program manager? Like I'm with the CDC. I'm the federal arm of the government in charge of controlling outbreaks. Like I theoretically outrank them, but I don't have a clear chain of command, and I don't know where they stand, and I don't want to sour the relationship by being like, I ain't going to listen to what you're going to say. I outrank you, and I think that would cause more harm. And so I'm stuck with Gary's stuck with the feeling of losing control, not only in progress in the containing the outbreak, but then also in just authority and these guys coming in and completely taking over. And so it's confusing enough to the point that it's actually a lack of a decision where I'm deciding just to go with them and to follow along until like I feel it's necessary to try to, I guess, assert my position and try to regain that control.
Okay, that's an interesting insight. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
Is it does Gary think that he knows more and he can handle the situation better than these agents?
I think so, because he's well educated. He's got plenty of experience. He's worked hard to get into this position, and he's versed in the protocol. He knows by the numbers what needs to happen, and having that usurped, like it's challenging for him.
Interesting. Roll your hunch roll. 57. What do you think?
I'm gonna take the +1.
Okay.
Because that would only work in like 4 of my rolls. So I'm just gonna keep I'm gonna keep boosting firearms. So now it's
Now
at
you got that
62.
snub nose, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gary tried to break into a house.
You guys did kick the door. Well, Rowan kicked the door.
Gary is getting desperate because like people, the bodies are piling up. This is our first deployment on like an emergency basis, and it's and the death count is climbing with more people getting sick. So
Yeah.
it's what do we do for results?
You have been listening to Beneath the Veil, an esoteric horror podcast brought to you by Rolled Narratives. There is more to this story, and if you'd like to find out what happens next, then stay tuned at your own risk. Because remember, knowledge is dangerous, the darkness consumes, and the more you learn about what lies beyond, the faster you just
might unravel.